Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of the Nittany Pod. I am AP. They are TK and Alex. And as you can see, it is celebration time. We just beat the shit out of West Virginia, and it was a beautiful sight to see. How was your weekend, boys? I know I enjoyed that shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think obviously my thumbs are a little exhausted from just absolutely getting after every single West Virginia fan on the timeline that spoke to me in any way.
Dedication.
It was a great weekend.
Really was.
Really great. I mean, started out very stressful, and then kind of just took off, and then we were cooking, and yeah.
It's weird how it went, man. It just kind of settled down.
Yep.
Yeah, happy to be back. Glad you boys covered it last week for me. Appreciate that.
Yeah, we're glad to have you back.
But glad to be back. I look forward to it all year, right? And I sat on my couch for probably 12 hours yesterday and only moved to get pizza from my door and Chinese food later on. Like that's it.
Jesus.
Like I didn't move. And I enjoyed every single second of it.
You fucking slob.
From watching Penn State kick the shit out of some hillbillies to, watching Billy Napier do whatever he's doing in Florida to watching Texas A&M continue to just be shit against the top-ranked team. It was a perfect day. It really was.
Yeah,
it was a great time. Penn State showed up and showed out. As we mentioned, bit of a rough start at the beginning. We were like, what the hell are we watching? Like, got a little bit of deja vu from last year. But as the team settled down, Drew Aller settled down, just everybody settled down right in the middle of the second quarter, it felt. And from there, they just took off. And it was a wonderful sight to see. Drew Aller looked incredible. I mean, from the start of the game, he had missed a wide open receiver. And we were like, man, this guy might suck. And then he just took off, and he kind of lived up to the potential of what we think he could be, at least starting to scratch the surface.
We were like, he threw that pass to Wallace, and it was behind him. Everybody was like, damn, he might really just suck for real. Like, he might, like, maybe this is it. But then, I mean, obviously, big change in the second quarter and throughout the rest of the game.
I feel like the difference though is we had a play caller yesterday that recognized that Drew missed Wallace pretty blatantly, right? Like Wallace was open.
Yeah.
And what did the big Zambino do? I
love that nickname.
I do too. He gave him an easy completion, right? Easy completion, a little 5-yard little stop route that ended up going for a first down. And the next throw that Drew makes is on the money, on time, for a 50-yard touchdown. And
beautiful.
Game on from there, right? And it just felt like we never saw that last year. Never saw Drew kind of get into the flow of games or anything like that, maybe other than that first game, right, last year against West Virginia. But once he kind of settled down, it was over.
Yeah, it was and it kind of felt that way for the whole team, right? I mean, for the whole offense, really. At the beginning, it felt like we were getting too fancy. We were talking about that as well. The 2 quarterback packages, the trick plays, kind of felt too early. A lot of pressure on at the moment, and things weren't going right. And once they settled down, things kind of fell into place. And like I said, it was wonderful to see. What are some other things that stood out to you? I know I have plenty to talk about, but I'm sure we kind of match on things we took away from the game, positives, negatives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not to just load up on Drew. I mean, Drew's pocket presence was phenomenal. He didn't get the first down on the play, and I don't think it really amounted to anything, but there was a time where he stepped up in the pocket, then maneuvered back to his right, then back to his left, and then eventually just took it out of bounds for a 2-yard gain. Whereas last year he probably would have got happy feet and rushed to throw or just threw it away immediately without see if anything developed.
Yeah.
Reed was fantastic yesterday.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I know Franklin shouted him out at the end of the game as well. He was great. And then big thing for me, and I'm sure Alex will talk about it. The offensive line was fine.
Incredible.
So I don't know. I mean, there's some people doing some really good things on that line. You know, they're gonna have to make. I hope they make a decision. Like, I don't want it to be a revolving door year round or all year. But some of those guys are doing some really good things. So
Yeah, but as you watch that game yesterday, like they were rotating people in and out, you didn't really notice the difference.
yeah,
And that's what
So
they said
that's,
in coming out of camp too.
that's a huge plus. Like I agree with you, TK, for sure that I don't want it to be a rotating door, but if you can rotate guys and not notice it, that's a big deal. I really do feel, and I'm pretty sure I gave him his flowers last year, but I'm going to give them to him again. Phil Troutwine does not get enough credit on this staff. I'm sure he does internally, but what he's done to flip that group around from what we were 4 or 5 years ago is pretty insane.
yeah,
You lost 3 starters to the NFL, and that offensive line didn't really look any different. Is it the best D line they're going to go up against? No, it's not. You rushed for what, 200 and some odd yards on the ground.
Yeah.
Drew wasn't sacked all day. A little bit of pressure here and there, but realistically, not a ton. I just he really deserves a lot of credit. But another person that I do want to point out that TK didn't mention is Nick Singleton. Revenge tour is on. Maybe looked quick. Looked like he had more burst than he did basically all last year. Over 100 yards on less than 15 carries. That's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Oh, absolutely. Nick Singleton looks like he's back to his freshman year self. So definitely some exciting things there. TK, you mentioned Jalen Reed. Boy, he looked incredible yesterday, flying all around the field. He might be the most valuable player on the defense. I mean, when it comes down to it, the way he was all around yesterday, I mean, clearly the most valuable thing in Tom Allen's defense right now. I did mention a negative earlier. Really, the only thing that I took away from the game, Abdul Carter needs to relax, bro. Like, yo, I don't know. Was it like 3, 4, 5 times that he jumped off sides? It was ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we saw it in the spring game. Like the spring game, he kept jumping and jumping and jumping, and it wasn't called as much. Obviously, it's the spring game; they're not going to really impede the game too much. It definitely did not make me happy yesterday. Hopefully, that's something he gets cleaned up, and I know he will. But
yeah, it's something teams will talk about too. You know, they'll make sure. You know, obviously, if they see that, they'll be sure to go on a hard count or change up the cadence or whatnot. But he also, for Carter, he also didn't get credit for the fumble with Green when he should have, because Green was 100% going to fall on that ball and recover the fumble with no problem. And I was watching with some of my buddies, and he took full advantage of that moment to absolutely bury Green in the ground.
Yeah, he kind of caused a refumble there.
Yeah, he buried him in the ground.
Yeah.
It was not like a just little push down. He buried him.
Yeah.
So I loved that.
That was the theme of the day.
Yeah.
Shout out Drew.
And I do think, as much as the penalties were annoying, I can appreciate what Carter's trying to do. And I also think that Abdul has the ability or the potential to be Micah Parsons level disruptor on that defensive line. The strip sack, or maybe just one of the sacks that we did have there in the second half. Abdul Carter takes on 2 people, which allows the other guys to eventually get the sack, right? And that's basically what Micah does with Dallas all the time, right? So I thought the defense overall just, the question mark was, they're going to be good, but are they going to be as good as last year? Certainly didn't seem like a big drop off.
Yeah.
Kimber and Harris looked good in coverage. Safeties were all over the place. I thought our linebacker group actually played pretty well. Looked young at times. Yeah. I thought Tony Rojas definitely showed his inexperience at times.
Except for Elston.
Overall, I thought the linebacker group was good. I thought the defensive line looked good. Yeah, and Tom Allen's enthusiasm, for as much as I hated the guy when he was in Indiana, Tom Allen's enthusiasm is infectious, even through a TV screen.
Yeah, Tom Allen is a classic example of the type of guy where, you hate him when he's on the opposing sideline, but you love him when he's on yours. Just fantastic presence, fantastic energy. Yeah, you really, so far, I mean, it's only week 1, obviously, but so far, I don't really notice much of a drop-off between Manny Diaz's defense that he ran here and the defense that Tom Allen runs here. So definitely really nice to see. Andy Kotelnicki, we didn't really talk about that too much yet. That offense looks really, really smooth so far. Once they settled in, obviously, like we mentioned numerous times already. But yeah, they look really smooth. That play for the Tyler Warren touchdown, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Great execution as well.
I did want to point out on the last fumble of the game, the move that Gilbert put on that left tackle at someone that size to be doing that is insane. Like, that was insane. It was like a jump. I don't know the correct term for it. Obviously, I'm not a defensive line fucking coach. Could be, but I'm not. So he jumped in the air, did some fucking swim move shit. I don't know what he was on, bro. But that, for someone who's like, I think 6'6", like 280, 260, that is fucking insane. Like, that is insane. And then Nittany on that play, like, with 3 people around him, and Nittany is a massive human being, just casually walks up to the ball and picks it up. I was like,
yeah,
Eric Green just, because Carter punished him so bad last time, had like a Cam Newton moment and was like, I'm out of here. I'm not
made a business decision.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So that was insane for me. Just like watching, like sometimes you honestly forget how good some of the athletes, some of these guys are, just because you just watch them every Saturday. But like seeing someone that large do that against what is supposed to be an excellent elite left tackle, I was like, that's fucking insane. Like, that was insane to watch.
Yeah, and if he's able to do that against an excellent left tackle, like Wyatt Millen might be one of the best individual offensive linemen this team will face all year, truthfully. And to see that happen against him, man, this team might be dangerous this year, man. Like, and it's tough because, it's week 1. You don't want to buy into you don't want to buy into too much, get too hyped, get too ahead of yourself. But God, this team looked so damn good.
You know what? I'm gonna disagree. I'm bought in. Like last year. Like last year, I know we beat them similarly last year, but last year's game didn't feel like this year's game, and I say that solely because of what the offense did. The offense felt so much, different to me than it did last year. Last year we had one big play to KLS. That was it. That's all we had.
Yeah.
And it was electric. Don't get me wrong. It was great. Like, everyone's like, holy shit.
I mean, fourth play of the year.
Yeah, Drew's going to win the Heisman Trophy, right?
Yeah.
But this year we saw, 5, 6, 7 big plays? 18% clip, according to Franklin post-game, on the percentage of big plays they had. That, I mean, if you can
4 plays of 40 yards, and they had 8 of them last year.
If you can run off an 18% clip, you threw the ball 17 times and you dropped 34 points. Sign me up. Let's go.
It's almost like 1 in 6 plays. If those other 5 plays, like even if 2 of those other 5 plays are for 4 or 5 yards, that's a really hard offense to stop, man.
Yeah. Because my question is,
who are we? Everybody this game, like as far as like getting ahead of ourselves and that sort of thing, everyone going into this game when it came time Saturday seemed like they were picking West Virginia. They were saying, "Oh, Garrett Green, West Virginia returns the #1 FBS rushing attack." Like, okay, well, everyone involved on that side of the ball sucked. Like, their entire
and that's what I said before the game. Like, too many people were picking West Virginia.
So why wouldn't I be bought? Everyone else was bought in on West Virginia in Morgantown, beating Penn State at number 8. Why wouldn't I be bought in right now?
I guess when I ask, bought in, getting ahead of myself, I'm thinking, me predicting us beating Ohio State.
Yeah, like, I'm still 11-1.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I guess what I'm saying and being
it does affirm 11-1 though, in my opinion, for sure.
Exactly. Like I'm so after watching this team yesterday, knowing that they don't go on the road again until October 12th, which is insane.
Yeah, it is wild.
We're gonna see what we're gonna see what USC looks like tonight. But Oregon against Idaho, Michigan has a quarterback problem. Who else? Washington played Weber State. They were unimpressive to me. Wisconsin beat Western Michigan by 14 points. If you look at who we have on our schedule, the
Big Ten as a whole didn't look too impressive.
The only team that you are worried about on our schedule after watching this team yesterday is Ohio State.
Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
I did want to say, with similar to what Alex is saying about some of these teams, and UCLA also was in a dogfight in 4 quarters with Hawaii.
Horrible.
So,
yeah.
I'm still firmly on 11-1, which we predicted in the beginning. I think watching this game just made me, going into this year, I felt like we just chalked Ohio State up as a loss, which we still are. But I feel like it affirms it, like, maybe it leaves that thought in your mind, like, maybe it won't be just we show up and we lose. Like, maybe we can keep it interesting. Maybe if we can continuously possess the ball, maybe if we have a route to score 28 plus points at home, like, maybe there's a clearer path now watching that offense than there was us coming in not knowing what it was going to look like. That's what I mean about Ohio State.
And
I agree.
And my biggest question is okay, we saw what this offense looked like in week 1. It is still new. And I'm pretty sure you said it after the game, quote, you didn't see anything yet. Well, what does that mean, right? Julian Fleming wasn't involved. Liam Clifford wasn't involved. Caden Saunders wasn't involved. I'm not saying these are like superstar weapons or anything like that. But there
only threw the ball 18 times.
There was a lot of people that just didn't get targeted at all.
Yeah.
So what does Kotelnicki design bring up? We already had offensive linemen in motion, right?
I love that. I absolutely love that, by the way.
What does this offense look like come the middle of October when we go to USC, right? You would think it's going to look different. It's going to look better. It's going to look more crisp. It's exciting, in my opinion. I haven't felt this about an offense in a long time, probably since like a Moorhead offense.
My feelings coming out of week 1 are pretty much everything I could have hoped to feel coming out of week 1.
Yep.
In this new scheme with Kotelnicki and under Tom Allen, it's everything I could have hoped for, and maybe even more. Like, I mean, really, like everything we asked for. Drew Aller coming together. The defense to not really drop off at all. The offensive line to not really drop off at all. Any receiver to step up. Harrison Wallace to stay healthy. Literally everything we could have asked for came together. James Franklin is still a bonehead at times with that 2-point conversion, but we can't have everything, right? But
but you know what? At that point, I don't hate that call. I know TK disagrees with me on this, I think, but I don't.
It's unnecessary, but.
Okay, so
fuck them. You run up the score.
All right, so it is unnecessary, but it's early. It was only a 1-possession game at the time, right? It was 6-0. It was the first score of the game. Like, if you don't get it, does it really matter? Probably not, right?
You're giving reasons why they shouldn't do it. Like, that's what you're doing.
No, but I'm also giving reasons why they should, because it doesn't matter. And if you had a play that you liked, and if we got it, nobody's talking about it. We're only talking about it because
it's easy to say in hindsight when you win by 22, but
is he going to do that against OSU? No, I don't think he is.
He's done it against Michigan.
Yeah, that's true.
So, hey, never say never.
Hey, I'm not a Franklin, guy. There's not much you can really say bad about what happened here. I think 2 things I did want to touch on after this point, but one thing that was apparent, and he mentioned it, is the first thing we all thought about when we went to this delay was 2017 Michigan State, 100%.
Yeah.
Because that sucked.
And I'm glad someone asked him about that.
And I think, when you have someone like James, who has been here for now an 11th year, he's had the chance to experience some things. He experienced the delay with Michigan State, where we came out and looked like a completely different football team, and we blew that. And that was a huge loss for us that year, massive loss for us that year. And now this year coming back, it's like we knew what to do. It's like we know there's a chance of this happening. How can we prepare for this? If it happens, this is what we're going to do. They made the adjustment during the delay to bring in more seats from the field so the players could be more comfortable as well. Those were things that did not happen in 2017 when there was a delay, and that's something he learned from. So that's a positive. He took that and he learned from that. What I wanted to say to Aaron's point about the offense when I was watching it, this is the first time in like 3 years I can honestly say I was watching us on offense, and when we broke the huddle and were in our set, I did not know what we were going to do, which was great. And to other fans across the country, they'll be like, well, yeah, no shit, you didn't know what you're going to do. But for Penn State, we come out in a set last year or the year before, we know the play. We know we're handing it off left side to Katron Allen. We know it's a tight end middle screen to Theo John. We know those things. But this year, I'm watching it, and I'm like, damn, I don't know what we're going to do here. And that was refreshing, and it's a small thing, but that was refreshing to see. So the defense has to have the same mindset. It's like, we don't know what this is. We don't know why there's a 6'7" offensive fucking tackle coming in motion. We don't know why. I didn't know why either, but it worked, and that's great. And we'll take that every fucking week, every single week.
Were either of you shocked about how much Bo got used? Did that surprise you or no?
A little. But, then when I think about what Kansas was the past 2 years, it actually doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I was a little surprised, yeah. But, yeah, the more I thought about it.
I will say I thought he was effective. Protect the football, please. Don't scare me like you did that one time.
For his offense.
Yeah. I thought
really is.
It didn't feel like, if you think back to like 2018 Tommy Stevens getting brought in, or 2017 Tommy Stevens getting brought in, it always felt like Tommy was getting in the way of that and ruining the rhythm of those games, other than like the impressive run. I didn't feel that with Bo yesterday. I thought he was generally effective almost every time he came in. I assume we're going to see that going forward. It was a little surprising to me how much it happened, but as of right now, I don't hate it.
I hated it when he almost fumbled. I hated it like hell then.
Well, yeah, I did too.
I mean, obviously in hindsight now with the
and
game
Drew's
over.
on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
They motioned Drew out.
Yep. It gives you option for a lot of creativity.
So, like, first off, little shout out here. Everybody loves him, so I don't think it'll be a problem. But Landon switching to just being a general, I don't know if I want to call him a fan, but like someone on social media.
Unfiltered.
Yeah, Big Tang.
It is unbelievable. Even a short clip he came out today. He said why Penn State's offense is more difficult to defend this year than previous years. And it was a clip of Bo, that obviously the throw to Tyler Warren, and Drew is out wide on the right side, and obviously you bring a back across for the RPO motion as well. And he breaks down all the different things that Penn State can do from that exact formation and exact set. And it's unbelievable.
It's a lot, man.
Like
that was a gorgeous play. Like,
shout out Landon. He's been awesome. It's awesome to see him absolutely roasting West Virginia people as well. But I just wanted to say that because that was so cool, because I don't understand it in that depth. So watching someone explain it just gives you that much more insight to, wow, there's a lot of different things that we can do throughout the year with that one set.
Speaking of roasting West Virginia fans, Drew Aller gave us a beautiful, beautiful series of screenshots that we could use when it comes to talking shit, especially to West Virginia fan yesterday with that stiff arm on Josiah Trotter. My God.
Yeah.
Drew, he looks solid running, man.
Let's talk about this for a minute, because I feel like it's important. So last year we did not get what I want to call it.
And he was talking that shit too.
We did not get hang your nuts out, Drew, at all.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yesterday, that's all we got. From the opening fumble where he was absolutely irate at the officiating crew for not catching that, we did not see that whatsoever last year on anything. He oozed a confidence and a swagger about him that I have not seen since he's been here. And let me tell you, give me it. all year.
Yeah.
I mean, the get off me on, Josiah Trotter, who really played well for West Virginia, was probably their best player on defense, to be honest.
Yeah.
And he just, you're not bringing me down, right?
Big play in the game too. At a big
Yeah.
spot in the game too.
I mean, that to me was the most striking, so the question becomes, is it just Drew growing up, mentally, or is it he has confidence and he believes in what his play caller is doing more than he did a year ago?
Yeah.
Watching Drew yesterday gave me faith that he turned the edge. And if he did, and the season continues to play out the way we saw yesterday play out, defense not really drops off, man, we might be something to deal with.
I do want to say, and this is not a knock on the team. This is not a knock on how we played. It was a great game. It's a massive win. You played as good as you could ask them to play week one. We didn't throw the ball a lot, so that's obviously a caveat here. But just I want you to just imagine if he throws the ball the way he did yesterday, with the confidence, leads the offense the way he has yesterday with the confidence. Imagine if he had a true wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3 on the offense. We would look at him in a completely different light. The national media would look at him in a completely different light. Seriously. And he's running. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. He ran for 44 yards yesterday, 7 yards a pop. Franklin talks about there's 3 to 4 times a game where the quarterback needs to extend the play and pick up the first down with his legs.
He did that so often yesterday.
He was picking up first downs on 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 8. All the money downs, he was doing that.
Yeah.
Like, it was truly, to Alex's point, insane to watch the maturation of Drew Aller yesterday. Like, I had at times was like, holy shit, like the back shoulder throw perfectly timed to Wallace. I'm like, I didn't even think he caught that when I was watching that real time, but he got both feet in. I was like, it was insane. And the people were like, he bobbled it. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, his feet were down when he possessed the ball. Shut up.
Especially Neil Brown bitching about that you're talking about. Especially when the refs gave them 9 points. Literally gave them 9 points. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
I'm sure Alex will light it up at some point about this. We're going to have to talk about the officiating yesterday at some point.
Go ahead and talk about it now. Shit.
I'm all for.
This is big time football. This is week 1, ranked opponent on the road in a hostile environment. And you're talking about, honestly, 3 plays. Like, I'll give him the Amari Evans push-off. It was a push-off, but it happens every week in every college football game. Probably more egregious than that because they were pretty much hand-fighting at a point there when the ball was in the air. The 4th down that led to points where he was clearly short, and then at the goal line, like, those are 2 egregious calls. Like, those, we have replay. Like, some motherfucker sitting in the booth that has every fucking angle you can imagine where you can see the fucking hair on these people's legs. Thought that they picked up the first down there. Like,
bro, and the scary shit about it is that's a Big Ten crew that did that yesterday.
There is no world in where Donaldson, he never got back to the line of scrimmage. Like,
no.
He was 2 yards behind the line to gain.
Yeah, I don't understand. That was some bullshit.
If there's anything that I hate in this world, it's officiating. Any sport.
All my homies hate officials.
You name it, I fucking hate officials. And that crew that we had on Saturday might have been one of the worst crews I've ever seen. And that's saying something. But it seemed to be I'm sure you both watched the ND A&M game.
Yep.
Riley Leonard had a first down. They went to replay on that and just didn't change it. It was very similar to the stop that Penn State had on 4th down, and they just did not change it. So, I don't know if it's this thing of we need to protect officials and show that they were right the first time, but when you're watching it on a 65-inch, 70-inch, 1080p fucking TV at home, the fans that are watching it at home are going to know that you got the call wrong, even though you went to replay. So get the call right. That's what replay is there for. And how you don't get those calls right after you go to replay is baffling to me. And then the goal line one on Saturday, how you don't review that in a point in the game where the game was still in question, which would have led to a 4th and goal, which who knows, West Virginia may score anyway, right? But how do you not go to replay at all on that? You just don't review that? The official on the far side of the field didn't signal a touchdown. Only the official on the near side of the field signaled it, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But review the play.
Bro,
that crew was horrendous. There were so many opportunities.
No, they didn't.
They did review
Not
it.
on that.
They did review it. They confirmed it. Yes, they did.
They confirmed it?
Oh, they confirmed it. I don't think they actually took it to review, though.
It's bad. It's bad because I'm on record, and I stand by this every single fucking year. Every week we get them. There is no one less excited to call a Penn State game than Joe Klatt and Gus Johnson. Nobody. They always have these monotone-ass voices every time it's Penn State. Every time. And Joe Klatt took the time after the 4th and 1 where we stopped them to say, that was the wrong call. That was a missed call. That was really bad.
They did it both times. Both times.
They thought Gus and Joel were pretty good yesterday for the first time in a while.
I don't think so, bro. They don't keep their energy.
I mean, it could have been better, but that was the best that we've gotten in a while.
They definitely love Ohio State more than they love us, but
and Michigan.
I thought they were okay yesterday. I do think that some of the pass interference calls were ridiculous. Joel Klatt went out of his way to point out that Amari Evans probably got away with a push-off, but yet the Kimber PI that they called, I thought was horrendous. I thought that was fairly clean. The PI they picked up, that was clearly PI after you watch the replay. I don't know if the refs had West Virginia, plus 7.5 or what, but that felt like one of the more biased crews that we've had in a long time.
Terrible.
Yeah. And like I said, that was a Big Ten cruise. We'll see how this year goes with that once we hit Big Ten play. Let's move on. Let's talk about the rest of week 1 around the country. Give our predictions for this weekend coming up, which we're not even out of this weekend. Week 1 is still going on, but let's keep it rolling. Yeah, we got a big one here tonight.
Lock of the week.
Yeah, exactly. So this past week's lock of the week, USC LSU. That game is about ready to go on. Speaking of last week's picks, I am not doing so hot. I am 0 for 2. We all lost the Florida game. We were all on Florida to beat Miami, and we were made fools on that one. But yeah, I'm 0-2. I'm 0 for 2 right now because I picked Texas A&M.
Attaboy.
I'm really pulling for USC though tonight. So.
Who did I pick? I don't even remember.
You picked LSU.
I picked LSU. I picked the smart pick.
Yeah. I might be fucked here. We'll see.
Starting out 0-3.
I feel like it would be remorse if we didn't mention the fact that Vanderbilt beat Virginia Tech yesterday.
Yeah, what the hell? Come on,
Poor Brent Pry.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's icky.
Hold on, listen. What a sound.
That's a good crack there. That's a good one there.
What a sound. You know what? You know what the best part is? I really grew to hate Pat McAfee as much as I love Pat McAfee at the same time this past week. And
he gave out a lot of money this past week.
Pat McAfee's pick to win the ACC just lost to Vandy. His pick to win the Big 12 looked like dog shit, if we're being honest, against Penn State. That's not to say they can't win the Big 12, but let's talk about Florida. Does Billy Napier make it through the season?
Look, man,
I don't know.
I was at my good buddy's house watching games.
He's a Florida fan, right?
Yeah.
I'm a Florida fan. That's the reason I picked Florida, out of respect for him, obviously. It was not a good scene at the house.
I'm sure.
They were thinking, I believe a trash can was broken.
Wow. Those aren't cheap anymore.
He put out all of his gear in the backyard. I had to hide the lighter fluid. So it wasn't a good situation. Florida is in a very bad place right now. But I will tell you, I don't think he's their coach next year. And I know the first person they will call will be James.
That's at least what his agent will say.
I think they will call him 100%.
What about Lane?
they could call him too.
They'd
That's a
probably
bigger
call
job.
him
I
too.
think Florida's a
We
bigger
would
job.
call him, I think.
We would
I
call.
don't.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I don't know if James would take it. Do you?
I don't think he would either.
I don't think.
I
he
don't
would.
think he'd take it.
I don't think it's a better job.
He did. I mean,
I don't think it's a better job.
Yeah, just hire the big
I
Zambino
don't.
at that point.
it is. I think it is a better job, but I think
I think
now,
they're close.
current state right now, you're
Yeah.
risking it all, man. To go to Florida right now, you're risking it all. There's gonna be kids decommitting. There's gonna be kids giving up on that was a bad display of college football.
Yeah, and
That
your
was
fan
really
base
bad.
is and that fan base is going to want to turn around in 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not going to wait, right? It's kind of like A&M, like Elko. If he don't perform and his schedule doesn't get any easier, that fan base ain't going to wait around either. They'll just raise another $100 million and buy you out.
Yep.
No problem down there.
Miami,
Florida was. I mean that is abysmal for a Power 5 team that went, or Power 4, I guess now. That has had the success that they've had to put on a display like that in week 1 at home. That is terrible. And this isn't to take anything away from Miami, because they definitely look like, I would say, probably the favorite in the ACC right now, based on week 1. Based on week 1 alone. I still think Clemson will have its say, but man, I mean, Billy couldn't even open a water bottle afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. That's like when you're standing up in front of the class and you're supposed to give a presentation and you weren't at any of the group meetings, and you're like,
PK posted the video on his Twitter account. It's a good 45-second to a minute video. He's trying to answer a question and get this water bottle. He just cannot open the water bottle at all.
And you see at the end, he's just like, he's just like, fuck it.
It looked like he needed to hand it off to his dad to open it. Like,
terrible,
like,
man.
Come on.
Oh, I love it. That's amazing. Yeah, it's not a good look. You want to do some picks for week 3? Or, week 2? Jesus.
Sure,
this is
man.
episode 3.
Let's talk week 2. There's some big boys in week 2.
Obviously, the big one, everybody's going to be there. I'm pretty sure game day, big noon, they're all going to be there. Texas at Michigan.
Not everybody. Big Ten tailgates coming to State College.
Jesus.
But anyway.
For the big matchup of Penn State and Bowling Green.
Just saying. They're going to be there.
That's
Bowling
funny.
Green looked good last week.
They got to go somewhere else, right? But yeah, Texas, Michigan. Who you got in that one?
Texas.
Yeah,
that's easy. Texas.
Oh man, it's at Michigan.
So did you watch that offense?
We know that stadium's a church. Even their fans say that.
It's Texas. Up to 6.5 already. I take Michigan to cover that. But I'll take Texas to win. Yeah.
I will say this about Michigan. For as bad as the offense looked, and I do think they have a quarterback problem, they either have the Orgy or Davis, and I don't think either looked great. The defense will keep them in games. The defense will keep them in games. Will Johnson is still him. That defense is good. That defense is legit. And their kicking game's pretty good too. But they have problems on offense. Now, does the offensive line come around? Does it become what it was? Can they lean on the running game? Can they lean on Donovan Edwards? If they can, and they did last night. Now, granted, it was against Fresno State, but when they needed it, they leaned on it, and it worked. So if that can become a thing again, maybe they're okay. But, it's kind of surprising that the quarterback position kind of looks as bad as it looks.
Yeah. Defense is good, though, man.
Defense is really good. Really good.
Really good, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll keep them in almost every game they're in, I think.
Yeah.
Of course, this is the year we don't play them. The other game...
Yeah, but even still, I still think that's a close game, even if Penn State plays them, because the defense is legit. Yeah. Period. Yeah. It's legit.
I don't think they'll ever get blown out because of the defense.
No, I don't either. I agree.
Agreed. The other game we're going to pick, Colorado at Nebraska.
Nebraska. I'll never pick Colorado.
Why? Why would you never pick them?
Because I hate him. I don't like them. I don't like them.
I'll pick Nebraska. Yeah.
I'll pick Nebraska.
Shit, all three of us on the same team for 2 of them.
I think Shador is a cocky Ugh.
He's so good, though, bro.
Yeah, he's
He
great.
is a
so
dog.
good,
He is a
bro.
dog.
He's
Travis
so good,
too.
Take Travis Hunter away. What is he? Probably nothing.
bro. I don't know.
They've got a couple good targets, man.
Horn is good too.
Yeah, Horn, Wester.
Travis Hunter.
They've got two receivers on their team that Penn State would have loved to have on the field right now.
Travis
love
Hunter,
to have on the roster.
Travis Hunter is a dog. I will say that.
Yeah.
But no,
so make that 3 receivers we'd love to have.
I'll never pick Colorado.
Actually, I'm switching my pick, man. I'm going Colorado.
It's in Lincoln, ain't it?
Yeah.
What's that mean, man?
I'm going Nebraska. I thought
It means another sellout for Nebraska.
I thought Raiola looked good.
Yeah.
I thought
that's not.
There's a lot of potential there. I don't think Colorado can play defense.
Actually, I have every reason to pick Nebraska, but the only reason why I'm not is that you both picked Nebraska.
All on Nebraska,
and we were all on Texas as well. So,
don't you want to support the next head coach of Penn State,
Lane Kiffin?
Yeah,
Lane
exactly.
Kiffin.
Yeah,
Kiffin is never getting hired in State College. I'm here to tell you that.
If Lane Kiffin came to Penn State, I'd donate $20,000.
He's never getting hired.
You mean to tell me you have $20,000 to donate and you haven't?
Could you imagine these?
I would
You're
never.
The problem.
Could you imagine these old? Could you imagine these old heads in Lane Kiffin? Oh my goodness!
Fucking old heads. The old heads are the reason we're still where we are. So if
That's
you're listening
right.
to this,
Exactly right.
To this, go fuck yourself. There you go. So there you go. If you are listening, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
Either that or donate, some of your 100,000 that you're sitting on.
Yeah, that you put
They're
in
just going to donate
it
to the stadium now.
That you put in a CD for the grandkids.
What other game should we pick for this week? You got NC State, Tennessee.
You know what game to put on there.
NC State, Tennessee. All right.
Tennessee.
1,000%. As I sit in Raleigh, North Carolina,
is this the
right
lock?
now, the absolute lock of the week. You can throw it away. You can donate 1,000. You can put 1,000 on this. Tennessee is going to fucking obliterate the NC State Wolfpack next week.
That's why it's not. That's why I didn't put it on one of our picks.
You can fucking book that 100%. They're covering. You can get a -17 if you want. They're going to beat the shit out of NC State next week.
Yeah,
you can lock that up 1,000%.
Easy.
I've never been more confident about going 3-0 next week.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't. That's why it wasn't one of the games.
Texas,
I was gonna do Arkansas, Oklahoma State. That's a little bit tougher. Yeah, not really.
Not really.
I'd say probably Oklahoma State. All three of us there.
Take the Beavers.
Would you?
What?
Yeah,
what?
for this game, I would.
The Cowboys, you mean?
Oh yeah. What did I say? Beavers. Oregon State, Oklahoma State. They sound the same.
Yeah, Tennessee by
they're
fucking
million.
They're
an O state of some sort.
Tennessee by 1 million, for sure.
Yeah. What's going to be the score of the Bowling Green game? Bowling Green, they looked good last week. Connor Bazelak, he's a quarterback that we're familiar with. He played at Indiana in 2022 when we beat the shit out of them. Their running back looked good last week, almost
42
2 bills.
to 10.
56-3.
I
can see it, bro. I can see it.
56.
I can see it, bro.
Well, think about it. I mean, on Saturday, yesterday, that defense legitimately gave up 3 points.
I'm going 42 to 10.
They stopped them on 4th down. They were short at the goal line.
3-4 times they did that. That was, so impressive.
Yeah. 56-3. I'll give you 7 if you want.
God damn.
I could see 52 to 6.
Boys are in the 50s out here.
Yeah, bud.
42 to 10 for me. Hey, that covers the spread, by the way.
You said you're all in. You said you're bought in.
Bro,
now
I'm bought in. I'm fucking bought into this offense. They're dropping 50 on fucking Bowling Green.
Is bought in.
I am going to need the backups to drop about probably 21 to get me there, but
that's what I'm saying, bro.
James is going to pull my backups here most likely.
Yeah.
Cam Wallace, Quentin Martin. We didn't see Quentin Martin at all yesterday.
We didn't see Caden Saunders on offense.
You didn't see Caden Saunders at all?
Can't.
We didn't see Liam. I mean, we saw Liam Clifford, but we didn't see him. Same thing with Julian. Like, there's a lot they still got to show. They probably won't show it against Bowling Green, but I'm sure they're going to roll out some more, and obviously some more is going to hit against Bowling Green than it did against West Virginia. So I do expect some points to be put up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He looks pretty good. Yeah.
Yep.
Katron Allen didn't even get to go off at all. So I'm looking forward to seeing him do what he can do.
Yep.
Because Lord knows he's going to be hungry after Saturday.
He
had that nice catch and touchdown run.
Side note, did drive by the famous Beaver Stadium today when I was in State College. And
how's that construction? Is it done?
It looks it. Gate E is way different, if you know where Gate E is at.
Yeah.
Concourse is definitely wider. We have a sign now that welcomes us to Beaver Stadium, and it'll be interesting to see what that LED scoreboard looks like above south end zone there. It's fucking bigger than I thought.
Wait, so we have a new scoreboard?
No, so the
video board,
big
the banner
scoreboard
board
is still there. It's a banner board that's below that.
Along the front of the deck.
Can we get a new video board? Like,
we just got one like 10 years ago.
Bro, the sound system is ass.
The sound system is ass, yeah, bro. Like, it's an echo.
And there's escalators in Gate E.
I'm not getting on one of those, bro.
Oh, they already installed those?
You against escalators? Come on,
Beaver
bro.
Stadium? Yes.
They're the best things ever. Don't gotta walk up steps.
There's no way
they're redoing it, bro.
No way.
They're brand new.
That's all the reason. Well, you guys break them in. I'll be there for Illinois. So
you guys
let me know
break
if you
them
fall.
in.
Good Lord.
Yeah, if y'all fall and bust their ass, like, let me know.
TK had a fear of escalators.
Dude.
Yeah.
At State. Wait, didn't we? What about the bathrooms? Did we switch those at all?
I don't know.
The troughs did get tore out.
They didn't let me inside, so I don't know.
I don't know if all the troughs got tore out, but
what do you mean they didn't let you inside?
I asked.
The
Nittany pod member can't get inside?
No, I asked. They didn't let me in. It's bullshit. I told them who I was. They didn't believe me.
That is bullshit.
We
You didn't tell them you're part of the Nittany pod?
I follow him. That's not you. Like, whatever. It is me, but
not fans of the Nittany pod. That's crazy.
Ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Well, we got a big game to watch tonight. Game to watch on Monday as well.
Yeah, Phillies play the Braves at 7.
Yeah.
The Phillies are terrible.
Yeah.
All right, relax.
Relax.
The Phillies are terrible. I'm still sick every year coming on this podcast and talking about the Phillies and the Eagles. The Phillies are going to go to the World Series. The Phillies are going to go to the World Series. They're going to lose to the Dodgers. Everybody's going to fucking cry.
They're going to lose.
The Eagles are going to go to the playoffs. They're going to get fucking rounded.
Yeah, you say the Dodgers.
Everybody's going to cry. Simple as that.
I mean, we won't cry.
The Eagles are going to
We're
the
used
Super Bowl
to it by
too.
now.
The Eagles are going to lose at least once to the Washington Commanders this year.
I doubt it.
Okay.
At least once.
TK, you should come over and be an Eagles fan.
Yeah, just switch on up.
Listen, Saquon, Jahan.
I got something
come
for
on.
You.
He's waiting for Micah.
I got something for you that the people won't love. You know what a good comparison to West Virginia fans were this past week?
Oh, boy.
Eagles fans.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep, the worst fan base in the country.
Eagles fans actually have a reason to talk shit. The Eagles fans have won something. West Virginia has done nothing, hence they have no reason to talk shit.
Jesus.
Are you happy that Dotson is an Eagle now?
Yeah.
I love Jahan, but he didn't really do much.
Oh, he didn't do much
for me in Washington. I am looking forward to Abdul Carter being selected by the Washington Commanders in the first round this year, though. I am looking forward to that.
Okay.
But he also wants to be in Philadelphia, so it would just be a matter of time.
Yeah.
And
Micah. And then Micah's going to come. And then Micah will be a Philly. Mike is going to be a Philly at some point. Like, you might as well just come over.
Yeah.
You might as well
just going to Philadelphia.
Come now.
You know who's a fucking Philadelphia Eagle? Tyler Elsdon is a fucking Philadelphia Eagle.
Tyler Elsdon is a fucking cashier at Wawa next year.
West Virginia's getting roasted on the timeline. Man.
Shout out our fan base, though. We let them
held
talk.
It in all summer.
We let them talk, even the old heads that I dismissed earlier.
TK couldn't hold it back very much, but
no, bro.
We let them talk almost all summer and just unloaded as a unit yesterday. It was great to see.
Dude,
Yeah.
I just like,
Yeah, I was talking
it-
about shit.
so I joined this space, right, with this West Virginia fan in there last week, and it was being run by a Penn State fan, and he was just letting him get all this crazy shit off. Like, so I just went up there, obviously not having that, cussed him out, obviously, and then
Obviously.
I asked him for a score prediction so I could hold him to it. His score prediction was 21-19, West Virginia. I was like, that is the most unserious score prediction I've ever heard in my life. And then he followed that up with a tweet that said, if you think there's any shot in hell of you beating West Virginia in Morgantown by 21 points, you are insane.
Well, guess what, buddy?
And we did exactly that.
Beat him by fucking 22.
Yeah.
Bitch.
So,
It just felt...
In the meantime, Josiah Trotter, your boy, got put in the fucking dirt.
It just felt like Auburn, really.
That's nasty.
It felt like Auburn from a couple years ago.
I said that at halftime.
You know,
I said that going into the game. I said that
talked all their shit. The fans talked all their shit. You know, we went down there, handled business. It, empty by the fourth quarter. It was about the same.
Yeah, quick question.
We are reverberating throughout the stadium.
Go?
When everybody was talking, noise and the atmosphere, what?
It didn't sound loud.
Yeah, that shit was weak.
It was literally louder at fucking Northwestern. Like, what do you mean? There was no atmosphere.
We didn't have a pre-snap penalty, right?
No, it was a joke.
No.
Other than Abdul.
Joke. And McAfee is a complete fucking pussy. We didn't even talk about this, bro.
Who?
Someone on your show calling another person on the show a shower boy because they
ridiculously unprofessional.
You are a fucking joke, dude. You are a fucking pussy.
And that's Pat White too.
Sucks.
That's their boy.
Yeah, bro. Your school sucks. Your program sucks.
Whatever.
Your football team sucks. Your fans suck. Everything sucks, bro. Your entire existence in West Virginia sucks. And Country Roads, as you weird fucks had to fucking correct me on the timeline, is a song about Maryland. It's not about West Virginia. He was in fucking West Virginia. It's not about you. You fucking idiots. You idiots. I literally hope the bottom of my soul that week 3 is disgusting as it is for me to say it. I hope you go.
Pitt beats you.
Oh, no.
Don't say it.
TK, no.
I'm tired of this.
No,
bro. I'm going off the rails. I'm fucking ranking them, bro. This rivalry bullshit. Penn State, Maryland, Pitt, West Virginia. You're at the fucking bottom.
Wow.
You're a dog shit fucking program. You are ass. You are literally the piece of shit on my fucking shoe walking through lot 32 at fucking Penn State. That's what you are. You are dog shit.
Is Neil Brown below Pat Narduzzi?
Unbelievable. A complete joke. After the interview tonight,
Narduzzi is. Yeah.
Listen,
Neil Brown sucks, bro.
So this is what I'm gonna say.
He got his ass saved last year, bro.
This is what I'm going to say about West Virginia. Y'all got your teeth kicked in, number one. But number two, McAfee just used you up, is all he did. He got a big crowd for his show. He was only there because Penn State was coming to town. He ain't going to be there the rest of the goddamn year. I don't care if he played there or whatever. He ain't coming back to Morgantown. I can tell you that right now. He was only there because of us. Congratulations on your $1 million in NIL, because you'll need it to try and out-recruit Penn State.
Which you won't.
Penn State?
Which you still won't. I don't agree with TK in that I want you to lose to Pitt because I want you to become ranked.
No. That's crazy, TK.
I want them to become ranked so I can call this a top 25 win. But I will say your fan base is delusional. It shows that you're a top 10 poorest state in the union, because you obviously have no education and you don't know ball whatsoever with some of the shit takes you gave us all week long. And then when we call you out on it, you play the victim. It was always your Super Bowl. Don't move the goalpost.
Oh yeah, we don't really give two shits about it.
The West Virginia beat for, West Virginia local news, Ride My Dick or whatever the fucking website's called, said if somehow Penn State wins, He tweeted that on a way. If somehow you didn't have Garrett Green as your fucking quarterback, Garrett Green should be selling insurance right now. That's what he should be doing. Somebody said he should be in the Heisman. That motherfucker is horrible. He is a horrible he is a terrible athlete. Absolutely terrible. Like,
yeah, he's dog
can't
shit.
believe
Didn't he get outrushed by Drew Aller?
He got outrushed by Drew Aller. Like, and also, like, this three-headed monster of C.J. Donaldson and Jaheim White, man. In what fucking world, dude?
Who?
Yeah.
In what world? Like, Bo Prabula is a better runner than anyone in your running back room. There you go. You let FBS fight.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
But he fucking shook ass with Houston and fucking other, non-Power 5 programs is how they got their stats last year. Garrett Green is all we heard about the last fucking 6 months leading up to this game. That guy is fucking ass.
We knew that, though. We knew
you
that.
You are exactly what people think Drew Aller is. That's what you are. You are fucking ass.
I knew they were in trouble when McAfee on game day yesterday pulled out highlights from Cincinnati and Wyoming.
Yeah, as soon as you pointed that out, I was like,
to highlight West Virginia
as a top rushing offense.
Honestly, we can all be honest here, right? You know, other than the first couple plays, like, it was fairly obvious who the better team was for that entire game, right?
Yeah, the whole game.
Quicker, faster, stronger, just overall better, coached better.
Buddy.
Your atmosphere, this potent atmosphere, I know I got a lot of shit for saying that that Penn State goes to OSU and the Big House every other year for the last decade.
I said it last week.
And why would we be scared of going to 60,000 seat Milan Pisker, however the fuck you say it, I don't care.
Yeah, Milan Puskar.
Whatever. What even is that? Is it a person? Is it an animal? Yeah, is it a cousin?
Some mountaineer.
Is it a cousin that they're? Never mind,
buddy.
But
I knew
the environment. I didn't think was loud at all. I wasn't impressed. You guys went to Auburn. I would assume Auburn was much louder. And
Auburn was very impressive.
Auburn sounded louder on TV than that.
Auburn was loud for 15 seconds.
Well, I understand that, but still, it was a better environment than West Virginia, is what I'm saying.
But
West Virginia wasn't loud at all.
The reality is this, and
didn't seem it.
This is where it really pissed me off.
For those not watching on YouTube, TK started with the glasses. They're now off for this discussion. So I just want to let you know.
We're getting serious now.
This part right here,
I guess unserious,
is what really fucked me off this week on a Friday.
It's what fucked me off.
When I turn on the McAfee show like an idiot, like I want to lose fucking brain cells watching it, I knew it was serious when Neil Brown is drinking beer on set of the McAfee show while his fucking seat is hotter than fucking Nancy Pelosi on January 6th. That's what the fuck I knew was going on. That's when I knew where we were. That's when I was like, this is about to get fucking nasty.
Wasn't Green on the show? What show was he on?
Yeah, Garrett Green was on there too.
He was on McAfee too.
Unbelievable, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't fathom a head coach. Like, as much shit as I give James, I couldn't fathom my head coach, who has been a colossal fucking failure, going on a fucking TV show on ESPN and handing out fucking, what were they? They were like mud dogs, or they were.
Yeah, it was like country road beer or something. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Probably their version of State Light.
Like, I could not believe that, dude. Like, get a grip, dude. Like, you're a fucking joke. Like, get a grip. And your goatee is pussy. You heard that from me. That goatee sucks. That shit stinks. Fucking
idiot. It's a 2-pack of ass.
Idiot.
Well, boys, I think we got it out there.
Yeah, West Virginia sucks. ESU is definitely going 11-1. I'm just gonna say it right now.
If we don't, I'm gonna be really upset.
10 toes on it. We're going 11-1.
Yeah, I agree.
Hot take, by the way. Hate to do this. Iowa State might get weird with Iowa next week, but that's none of my business.
That should have been one of the games we picked, but
might
get added to the graphic. We'll see. Anyways, thank you to all the listeners. Really appreciate your support. Be sure to like and subscribe to the show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen, watch the show. And we really appreciate you guys. Just hope you keep on listening. Take care.